Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going on a deeply emotional and culturally rich journey together. We'll explore how super vivid childhood memories can actually mirror the powerful themes we see in international cinema. It's all about kinship, compassion, and the intricate bonds between humans and animals. If you've ever felt that profound connection with an animal, you definitely won't want to miss this one.
Okay, let's dive into this first part, a monsoon memory.
To really get the emotional weight of what we're talking about today, we've got to start with a specific, poignant childhood memory from our author. Picture this, a humble aunt's home in Malaysia, right in the thick of monsoon season. There's a large drainage gutter running right across the street, and during the monsoons, it would just swell up and fill with this rushing water. The author describes this beautifully innocent ritual of launching little banana leaf sailboats with a cousin, and then just standing there totally captivated, watching them drift away in the heavy current. It perfectly sets the stage, right? A landscape of absolute childhood wonder, observation, and simplicity.
So, have you ever shared a bond with a local stray? Because just beyond that rushing monsoon gutter was an empty lot, and that lot belonged to a dog named Django. Django was a stray mutt, just one of many roaming the town, but she became something so much more significant to this family.
The family's relationship with Django was built on this quiet, steady compassion. The author's aunt just took a special liking to the stray mutt. And the cool thing is, they didn't try to capture her or take away her freedom. She was entirely free to roam the neighborhood, coming and going exactly as she pleased. But the family basically became her caretakers. They'd leave food out for her, and they even watched over her while she raised an entire litter of puppies in that nearby lot. Over the years, Django came and went, but that simple, everyday act of caring for a vulnerable creature, that left a permanent impression on the author.
Let's move to the next part and see how this builds, mirroring Django and Tomiya.
Years later, that vivid memory of Django came rushing right back to the author while watching a stunning short film at the Animalis Fabula Festival. It's called Chikya's School, and it's the directorial debut of Deepak Vasant Tokal. What's really interesting about this slide is how perfectly it contrasts things. On one side, we have the author's real-life nostalgia, Malaysia, the monsoon, and Django the stray. On the other side, the cinematic world of the film, set in a vibrant Indian community focusing on a young boy named Chikya and his dog, Tomiya. Despite the huge differences in geography and the medium itself, the core emotional thread is literally identical. It illustrates this completely universal bond between kids and the animals they grow up alongside.
Which brings us to our next focus, the vibrant cultural texture of the film. You see, Chikya's School doesn't just rely on a universal theme. It grounds it in a specific, vibrant setting. It uses the environment almost like a standalone character. And this brilliantly illustrates how director Deepak Vasant Tokal builds his world. He uses these incredible cultural motifs to bring authentic Indian culture into every single corner of the screen. We're talking an ominous eye painted on a house wall watching over the streets. We see photographs of departed family members that ground the characters in a deep sense of lineage and history. And crucially, we see friendly stray dogs naturally woven right into the everyday fabric of the community. They aren't just background props, you know? They are essential textures that completely immerse us in this authentic setting.
But it goes deeper than just the physical visuals. The film also weaves in some deep spiritual textures. The concept of reincarnation is present, but it's not heavy-handed at all. Instead, it subtly influences key story moments. This underlying concept adds this profound emotional depth and a lingering resonance to the whole narrative. It really enriches the relationship between the characters and the world around them.
Now let's shift our focus to the visionary behind the camera, the director's noble purpose.
Pulling off this delicate balance of culture, spirituality, and youthful innocence requires a really steady hand. And for a directorial debut, Tokal shows immense confidence, expertly guiding his genuine young actors to capture these incredibly authentic performances. But here's the thing, the inspiration for this didn't come from a happy place. It actually came from grief. So the crucial point is understanding his journey. First, he was deeply moved by the tragic encounters he witnessed with animals killed on the roadside. But rather than just despairing, he took artistic action. He had this deep drive to use cinema as a tool to teach children compassion and awareness regarding animals. And the result? It's this beautiful story told strictly through the lens of innocence, empathy, and childlike wonder. He literally took tragedy and turned it into a masterclass in empathy.
And that leads us to our final overarching theme, a universal bond.
This brings us to the broader impact of platforms like the Animalis Fabula Festival, which screened this film. Exploring distant cultures really fosters global empathy, right?
It proves that whether you're in a monsoon-swept town in Malaysia or a bustling, vibrant community in India, our core human emotions remain exactly the same. As the author of our source text so perfectly puts it, Chikya's School stands among the strongest narrative shorts at the festival, introducing a highly promising new filmmaker while offering a fascinating cultural window. And then they add, for anyone who has ever loved a dog like Django or shared a special bond with an animal, this film is a must-see.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. How do the animals in your community shape your understanding of compassion? Whether it's a neighborhood stray you leave water out for or a beloved pet sitting right next to you, these creatures teach us empathy in ways words simply can't. I absolutely encourage you to seek out Chikya School and experience this beautiful story for yourself. Thanks so much for hanging out with you for this explainer, and hey, keep looking out for those small moments of kinship in your own world.